scrap that intro.
Okay.
So this is a women's release. What do you think? Would you wear these?
No.
Well, shit. This is a much better intro than than even I thought it would be.
No.
Hey, what's going? I just like the straight. That was a good chuckle. That wasn't a fake laugh or anything. That was a J. Jonah Jameson moment. You serious? Like that's what that was. Like that was great. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a brand new look at a women's release. This is a women's specific colorway, and I think they're called Earth. This is the Air Jordan 5, and I think that some people are going to like some of the things that they've done to them, and they're going to question why they weren't done on a different release. Just in case you were curious, this is the box, original style box, nothing really to write home about. And then these are the shoes. They're an interesting colorway. They're brown essentially with a sail upper and metallic gold accents. I have no fashion sense, so don't take my word for anything, but to me this doesn't look good. Like I think that these clash a little bit, like the gold and the brown. I don't know, it just looks funny to me. But perhaps there is someone out there that likes this colorway, and if you are one of those people, then maybe you'll enjoy this video. I will say that the outsole I love. I think that this is awesome. I know that a lot of people don't like the pre-yellowed stuff, but I think that it looks good. The midsole itself is polyurethane per usual, and inside of the forefoot is an encapsulated air sole unit, and the rear is a visible one. And this stuff right here, it's pretty firm. It's not super comfortable or anything like that. So I wouldn't say that they are uncomfortable by any means. It's just that they are firm. So there's not like a ton of squish or cushion. The insole is this piece of shit right here. So if you wanted to take this out, swap it out for anything else that you would want, you can get a little bit of better stepping comfort by doing so. Like if you were to just take this out and put in a move baseline, you'd be good to go. Now the upper is something that it is what it is. I don't like the toe shape on these. This is not the same toe shape that they use on the black metallic 5s. That one, while still not perfect, it's a lot better than something like this. This just is not the correct look. However, the materials that they used, I do think are nice. They're very thin cuts of leather, but they're also very soft cuts of leather. So I think that that's a good move. The polyurethane coat that's on there is that sail color. So if you don't like that, obviously you're probably passing on these anyways. But if you don't like the sail color, it is all over this shoe right here. So keep that in mind. I do really like the treatment as well on the netting and everything. It's not translucent, which I know is a staple for the Air Jordan 5, but instead it's a solid sail color. So I don't think that these will yellow quite like translucent ones would. I will say it would have been cool had they looked like the outsole, but either way, it looks good. But one of the things that I think people are going to be like salty about is the 23 stitch there on the back. This is a PE thing. This is not something that was on every single pair of the 1990 release. This was mostly on MJ's pair, but we did see them as retro versions eventually. And this is the way that a lot of people prefer the shoes. So you know how I'm talking about, like, I prefer the toe to look like it used to look. A lot of people do not like Jordan 5s without the 23 on there. I am not one of those people. I think that with or without the 23, they look great. It still looks like an Air Jordan 5, but a lot of people prefer the PE branding on there. And it is on this release. I think that a lot of people are going to sit there and question, like, why is it on this, but it's not on the reimagined 5s?
Inconceivable.
And to those people, I agree with you. Why not? Something that is famously missing is actually the 3M material that would be on the tongue. Instead of it being reflective, they've got this weird metallic foil look on there. I think that this looks awful. They've done this before. On top of that, there was a pair of Jordan 5s that released not too long ago, and they had a gold tongue and everything like that. It just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. It just looks weird. It looks like a fucking shin guard.
It's just ugly.
That's what I'm saying. Like this not a good look. So that could have been like left off of this, or I don't know, make it fabric so it's not quite as like heavy looking. Like it literally looks heavy, but it does come with the lace lock on there. That's done up in brown. It's kind of an interesting look, actually. I don't dislike it, but it's just, I don't know. I know that these are lifestyle and everything. That's not supposed to be like a performance retro, but the shoe is a performance shoe at the end of the day. So that's how I always see them. No Nike Air branding on these guys. This is also the weird thing. You know what I mean? Like there's no original branding, but they got PE branding. So it's like, what? Even though all of the Jordan 5s that featured the 23 on the sides, as far as retros are concerned, did not have Nike Air in the back. So maybe that's like a through line, who knows? Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size, so whatever you typically wear, that is what I would recommend. However, keep in mind that this is a women's release, so if you're a guy, you're gonna have to convert your size 1.5 size up from your true size in men's size. So if you wear size 9, you're gonna be going for a women's size 10.5. They are gonna be available at all Jordan brand retailers, including Phenom locally here in the Sacramento area. They're located in the Doco Shopping Center right across the pathway from Macy's. And with that being said, what do we got for today's question of the day?
People still want to talk about villains.
Really?
Yeah, we covered that a few videos back.
Can I, before the question even comes, I was in the middle of just reviewing the final video, and in my head, I was like, oh, Magneto, X-Men 97, rooted for that fool. Especially the monologue that he gave in the courtroom where he lifted everybody up into space. That was where I was just like, just do it, dude. Just do it. You know what I mean? And I'm not like a bad guy, but like, I didn't think that doing that would have been a bad guy thing. That would have been like a strong emotional reaction.
Well, to add to that, a lot of people had also chimed in saying the Penguin.
Oh, yeah.
And you had told me that, and I had instantly been like, oh, I love the Hangman, like loved her to death.
I don't see her as a villain. She technically wasn't the Hangman. She was the victim.
But she is the Hangman.
She is now. She's embraced the fake moniker, but like she was not the Hangman. It was her father. That's where like
spoiler alert.
Look, if you haven't seen that show, it's won awards and like, you know what I mean? If you haven't seen it, you're not interested in watching it by now. But like that character, I didn't feel was the villain. She got turned into one. That's the whole like the Joker thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She was shaped by her surroundings.
Yeah, exactly. By her circumstances and by her experiences. The Penguin, I did not root for him, but he was portrayed, I could not see, and I still can't. It bothers me. Not in a bad way.
Which
go ahead.
Brings us
okay, go ahead,
to
go
our
ahead.
question. Which actor do you think has played the best villain? Also, which actor is the best villain of all time?
Well, I know that a lot of people, like that guy that played Snape, I don't remember his name, they say that his character in Die Hard is the best villain of all time. But other people say that it's Darth Vader. In my opinion, I don't really know. I don't think that I'm well versed enough to like give a definitive, like this is who I'd pick. All I would say is that as far as like a performance goes, Heath Ledger's Joker is like one of the greatest that I've personally seen. But I will say that Colin Farrell as the Penguin is one of those weird ones where like Danny DeVito, he did wear a suit and stuff and there was makeup and I get it, but like it was still Danny DeVito, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of like feel him there. You could see him, but Colin Farrell in whatever this makeup was, you couldn't see him. He was not there and it was weird, you know? Like that's like I'm looking in his eyes on the screen. I'm like, I don't see that guy. I only see this guy that is like this sleazeball of a character and he plays him so well. It was so good. It's just one of those things where like if a character, or not a character, but like if an actor can portray a character so well that you don't see them, you know, and that's where like Heath Ledger comes in. Like everybody knows who Heath Ledger is, and he was the Brokeback guy and the dude from A Knight's Tale and 10 Things I Hate About You, yeah, and all this stuff. So it's not like he was like unknown or anything, but he comes in and he like, it was like, nope, he's not there. Like, I don't know who that guy is, but he's crazy.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
That is like a jaw-dropping type of performance. And so that's what I think is cool. Again, I'm not rooting for villains or anything like that. I don't know who would be the greatest of all time and all that stuff. But to me, those two coincidentally just happen to both be DC characters. But like those two are really like standouts, I think, as far as like, wow, like I don't even see you. Like you're not there. Like even with the Batman, like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That's what I was gonna give an example of.
Ben
being like
Affleck.
Everybody was very against him getting the role. And then,
but it's still him though. That's the thing. Like you know that that's him. You know what I'm saying? But like he portrays Batman well. So like it's cool. Ben Affleck, same thing. Michael Keaton, same thing. Christian Bale. You know what I mean? Like the Rachel, like that part where you're like, bro, like that was cool at the moment, but like when you look back at it, it's just like, how did you not lose your voice? But like that's the thing though, is that like they portrayed the character really well. The Bruce Wayne character is the hard part, because once you put on the mask and stuff in the suit, like you're like, I feel like that would be like the fun part. You're not you. You're Batman. I
will give Christian Bale kudos for playing Patrick Bateman though in American Psycho.
Yes, but like
that is a bad guy.
I know.
That is a villain.
Actually, now that you bring that up,
yeah.
Like if I was gonna pick a villain that's like one of my favorites, and it's not like restricted to superhero
yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Like he's, you know how I was saying like sometimes you laugh? Because like it's whatever's happening is so f***ed up where you're just like, what the f***? That's a perfect example of that. Like everything that he does, everything.
Yes.
From the zoom in to the sweat beads to him talking about just the business card. Hilarious. Why? It's just a business card, but it's the way that he like
it's
is so
unhinged.
Yeah, he's so weird about it where you're just like, this is real? Like somebody has to be like this. You know what I mean? Otherwise they wouldn't have written something like that. Even if they've never met somebody like that, who wrote that to where like, are you f***ed up? People have seen this now. I can spoil shit, right? It's about to be remade again.
Right. It's
like
from 2000.
And it was a remake of the way he chases that girl and just he's fucking nuts, and it's not something that is funny. Like, the situation's not funny. It's just crazy. So yeah, that guy as a villain in that movie, like, one of the best. One of the best. If you like weird like that, like if you're like if you like if you like consuming content that is just up beyond belief, you will love that movie. But what about you guys? What was the question? I fucking forgot. Was it like, who's the greatest villain of all time, or who's the best?
Which actor do you think has played the best villain? Also, which actor is the best villain of all time?
There you go. Sound off below. Let us know. On top of that, you know, like, her intro just, this is for you.
I don't want it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I found that funny. Today, you're the villain.
Always.
True. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.